You are watching Liberty Online TV.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television within our Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they're powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We were to bring the program come to you this morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And me name is Belkaba. Good morning. Today na Tuesday, May 14th, and inside this edition of the Breakfast Show, where they can talk about the National Revenue Authority and how far they don't go for collect revenue for the country inside this year 2024.
Well, this and other story them then are the program for you this Tuesday morning, and don't forget, as always, you say for the watch you get the opportunity for add your voice to the program by way how we for send we question, you concern, or you comment through the comment section at any of the platform them where they watch this morning. Today, like Mabel Salona, or they look at the entire revenue sector na salon. As we all know, the salon economy they go through plenty challenge right now, and the inflation rates are over 40%. What in this mean for the country economy? And we don't they say plenty don't know partner them, not they give money right now to salon, and the government just open domestic revenue. So the institution we're responsible for gather the domestic revenue, when at the National Revenue Authority, the senior commissioner from the National Revenue Authority, Ibrahim Sorie Kamara, go can give we update how in department, when at the domestic tax department, don't they work with business people them for gather revenue, and say for don't they plenty concern from people when are business people, especially for the tax machine where NRA this BNTM they go and push and they shop them. They say they don't want that machine, they will be make this BNTM then be strike. And also the Importers Association gets concerned. And the Finance Act where the National Revenue Authority through the Ministry of Finance begin implement January 1st this year. Now one where business people at the CC is very challenging for them. All of that we'll go discuss in the program this morning. Very interesting topic. So you say for the watch me and for make sure say you send me your comments so that you go be part of the program. Don't forget say as you join me this morning, you as a viewer, the only responsibility you get for support Liberty Online Television. Now for ensure say you share the program them now all your platform them, be it Facebook, be it WhatsApp, forum groups them, so that more people go join the conversation this morning and be part of this very interesting and educative topic who they can look at.
And remember, say the number for sending message to na 074 200 545. 074 200 545. Now the number we go drop your message to and be part of this edition of the program. Well, we continue before we can start for look at the issue we get for do with the revenue generation. Let me just quickly look at one issue. Usai the Rodney Strasser Foundation, where don't they support the sick picking project and serve people and working need support with and sick. Don't go give 100 kVA generator to the PCMH. Where Usai the CEO for the Rodney Strasser Foundation, when Rodney Strasser say this is for help improve the electricity challenge where this hospital don't get for long term now. We report Al Hassan Kuruma been the part of this and he gonna report.
Rodney Strasser Foundation, a foundation where they give support to sick picking them and help plenty people them where they in need in terms of health support. This BNTM, the CEO and founder Rodney Strasser, don't provide 100 kVA generator to the PCMH hospital for address the light problem where the hospital be don't get this BNTM. We be lead to picking them, we be lost their lives them. Rodney Strasser been explained why it decided for donate the 100 kVA generator to the Connaught Hospital.
News that I had a couple of days ago about the life that passed away, so it urged me because if I have the opportunity to do short stuff, so it urged me. I think that's is the way forward to help me save life, respected to my donation, respected to my foundation. So that make me think that is an important thing for me. The main issue right now is to tackle, the main thing. That is the situation with electricity. So that's why we tackle it now. We try to fix it. Then later we'll get on to the rest. What we're going to do. Yeah. But we're trying to reach out to everyone as possible, and we're trying to save lives.
Dr. Amara Sise, now the acting medical superintendent at the PCMH hospital, will explain some of the challenge with the hospital don't get in terms of electricity.
In the free healthcare facility, and more or less, I would say the icon or this is the pivot of the free healthcare system in the country. The majority of the patients that utilize this facility are patients that are, say, low-income earners, within society. I'm not saying all, of course, there will be those that are financial that come here, but a lot of people that come here are people that actually need care and can't afford to go to private healthcare facilities. So from an equity standpoint, this is an area that needs support if we have to consider the marginalized in society, the deprived in society, people of low socioeconomic class in society, to care for them, provide. But of course, in the process of providing care, we have supplies, we have water and other issues. But standing key among is the electricity issue, which has been a challenge recently, across the country. Government has done quite well, and I must applaud the effort of the government in helping us get a solar power generator system, which is now running, which is now providing electricity. But of course, this works well daytime and part of the night time. If at all there is prolonged power outage in the night, then it becomes a challenge because the solar powers, the batteries will not last very long, in the night time. So that's where the need for alternative power sources comes in. We have small standby generators, but these are small in capacity and can only serve critical units like the operating theater, the labor ward, and HDU. And they cannot power other areas of the hospital. And in the process of giving care, I will consider all areas of the hospital as being critical at different time points. The place you may think is not critical enough is where you may have an emergency and you may need to attend to someone in the middle of the night and you need light. You need oxygen concentrators to be powered, other medical equipment to be powered. So that is where the challenge is. So in the current context, when we heard of the news of us receiving some help, with thermal generator, I was very excited. I was extremely excited. I would say it came at the right time, at a time that we are in dire need. And this is going to transform lives. It is going to help save lives. And it's not just one life. It's two lives we are talking about. The mom and the baby, the unborn babies. So those two lives are very critical. And our work on a routine basis involves taking care of those to ensure that there's a positive outcome.
Rodney Strasser Foundation don't make them commitment for support healthcare facilities na Salone and for make a positive impact na the community. Them believe say this initiative will provide long-term improvement of healthcare infrastructure, ultimately benefit for patients and medical staff then na the PCMH hospital. For Liberty Online TV, Al-Hassan Kouma, the report.
Show. We come to you live from Liberty Online Television within our Facebook. Now the program.
The 2024 Conference of the ECOWAS Court of Justice na key event for them work this year and for continue the annual tradition for host international conference and self join hand with other countries then. And this conference na one where they give the court strength and opportunity for make lawyer them na other country work as one. And the theme for this conference now for enhance the role, relevance, and effectiveness of the ECOWAS Court of Justice to the national stakeholders them. The Attorney General and the Minister of Justice now the Republic of Salone, Mohamed Lamin Tarawali, explained the role of the ECOWAS Court of Justice.
The key mandate of the court is to adjudicate disputes arising from the interpretation and application of the ECOWAS treaties, protocols, and conventions. Continuously, the court is breaking down boundaries and advancing jurisprudence in the realm of human rights protection. Importantly, sir, the court's mandate goes beyond legal adjudication. It serves as a protector of the rights and freedoms of our citizens, a guardian of regional integration, and a catalyst for socio-economic development of our member states. In doing so, the ECOWAS Court promotes peace, stability, and the rule of law across our region. Sierra Leone serves as a prime example of the transformative impact of the court's mandates, leading to numerous reforms across ECOWAS member states. to effectively navigate the evolving landscape, legal landscape of our region, it's important to strengthen the cooperation between the ECOWAS court and national stakeholders, thereby bringing judicial processes and access to justice to the people.
When the give in keynote address, Professor Anes Kofi Abotsi give clear definition of justice and self, talk about the challenge them where the courts done the face.
Trustee Marcus boldly claimed that it is the interest of the strong. That should strike many as bold today. But it's important for us to remember that when justice is administered without consideration of the interest of the weak, justice only serves the strong. Justice unconnected to the interest of stakeholders is not just at all. That answer, however, also reveals something strange about the enterprise of justice. That is, it is a desirable concept, but it's very elusive. And it is in the search of that ideal type that I believe ECOWAS has been involved in with conferences like this. For the purpose of doing its work, however, courts are not in the business of engaging with any constituents, actual or perceived. Indeed, the idea of courts having to network constituents may seem at first odd and inconsistent even with the juridical character of the judicial institution, one which is structured to be detached, neutral, and authoritative in its pronouncements, unperturbed by the effects of their rulings and consequences of their actions. But that is perhaps because the legitimacy of municipal courts is often taken for granted. But even more importantly, this dynamic may be the way it is because municipal courts have routinely been effective in enforcing their judgments and securing compliance with the orders without having to worry about the surrounding context of sovereignty claims and enforcement deficits. Despite all these challenges, it is not surprising that municipal courts assume the detached posture they do because they do not have to worry about the contextual difficulties of international courts. The topic of this keynote therefore examines the nascent at best, but novel at worst. In the main, the topic forces a reimagination of the relationship that should exist between supranational courts and sub-state actors, stakeholders. This is accordingly a normative reflection on how best to leverage the operational effectiveness of the ECCJ as a model supranational court, which has since its establishment worked its way into acceptance and carved out an impressive niche of legitimacy deserving of protection and promotion. The topic of reflection represents a quest for consequentialist efficiency in the court's work and how extrajudicial factors play central roles in the dispensation of justice.
Inside your talk, President Bio been get this for say.
As members of the ECOWAS, we are bound together in shared vision of regional integration, cooperation, and the promotion of peace and prosperity for our people. The ECOWAS Court of Justice plays a pivotal role in advancing these noble objectives by upholding the principles of justice, fairness, and the rule of law across the region. The court's establishment in 2001 was a welcome step towards fostering integration and cooperation. And the strides it has made since its inception are a testament to the importance of this great institution. In commending the leadership of the ECOWAS Court of Justice, I must add that progressively the court is succeeding in increasing its crucial role of providing additional justice delivery options to the citizenry of ECOWAS community. This may be connected with the court's expanded jurisdiction, as the amended protocol of 2005 included the authority to adjudicate the alleged violation of human rights of the community's citizens. The added layer of checks that the court provides will not only raise awareness of the members human rights questions, but also ensure that member states do more to uphold the human rights of our citizens. In recent years, West Africa has faced various challenges, ranging from political instability and social unrest to economic disparities and transnational crime. However, amidst these challenges, we have also witnessed remarkable progress and resilience within our community.
Plenty development partners will be the part of this event. They pledge for give support to the justice system na the ECOWAS court. For Liberty Online TV, me, na David Yankesise, the report.
Welcome back. Well, we just watched a report. We reporter David Yankesise been put together after the ECOWAS Court of Justice been begin the international conference na Salonia. So, Osai, the president been give this keynote address. Osai talks say government continue with their commitment for support the justice sector na Salon. And that particular conference in a one way the ECOWAS Court of Justice all for let it ensure say then continue for resolve conflict them working between country them and self-strengthen the judicial system. You still watch Liberty Breakfast Show na Liberty Online Television. Now the different platform them also they get with this morning.
All right, so we continue with the breakfast show, and now we go on the line and join one power studio guest them who get this morning in John Shalop, the national president for the Sierra Leone as Hospitality and Tourism Association. A day between the program this morning, they can talk about the strategic plan and also then challenge them within the face as a sector in terms of the taxes. Where the National Revenue Authority through the national through the Ministry of Finance then put inside the Finance Act. Good morning again, John, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Good morning to everyone.
John, are you hearing me now?
Yes, I hear you.
All right, amazing. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. You are the national president for the Sierra Leone hospitality and tourism sector. Before we can look at your contribution into the Sierra Leone revenue, I made for understand say this BNTM una put together on a national strategic plan una they call on a Holy Bible. Also una present different things them inside the and how una serve the effort contribute to the revenue generation of the country. Firstly, start for tell with viewers them the highlight of the strategic plan we una they use as an association for operate the tourism sector.
Okay. Good morning to everyone. Yes, indeed, the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs came together over the years through the help of the Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project. We have been a project that was funded by the World Bank, and we developed together a national tourism strategic plan. This is the first ministry, and in Sierra Leone, we don't able to forget a master plan. This master plan, it is mostly for the entire sector, and it is headed by the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, with her leadership, the Minister of Tourism, Madame Farida Tunis. Basically, this strategic plan will guide us for the next 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years plan. Okay, we get many things on how to, first of all, for example, secure some tourism zones, okay, and tourism areas them, and how to develop these areas. The whole master plan is actually an enabler where you go really push every sector for be able to achieve more and derive more through tourism, and at the same time help communities for develop. So it also has a lot of plan for community development them under the tourism master plan. Another side of it as well is investments. We get a lot of areas where they talk about investments and how for attract, how for market, how for sell. So it is really a well-detailed master plan. I would advise everyone to really get hold of that document and read through it. This is volume 1. So we probably hope say volume 2, volume 3 will come over the next years as we will have lessons learned.
You will address that aspect of people and perception.
As I said, the master plan is very detailed. If you look at it in a very thick and entire book itself, it gets many ways for help for generate revenue, for create more products, for engage with the community. The most important thing is engagement, community engagement, and community development. Once you start the community development, indirectly you are starting a more revenue generation in the tourism sector. It also has a huge capacity building section in the document of how to improve on our services. When you improve on our services, definitely revenue generate. It also has a comparative analysis studies that was done for the taxations as well, especially around the travel side, where you go able for help with for sure say yes, if we do look at that taxes and that I would say the airport area mostly, or the whole taxation in the industry, in the tourism industry, again, it will help us to be able to generate more people for come into the country and be able to get more revenue.
For day with we na the program this morning, in as much as they talk about revenue generation, how una na the hospitality and tourism sector they contribute to the Sierra Leone revenue. Now the strategic plan I see usai una put say una dey in fear because of the airport tax system and una afraid say this not a potential threat for let tourists them stop for Canada country. Well, fortunately for we this morning, we get the senior commissioner from the National Revenue Authority, where the generation of domestic tax they directly under in supervision. I go try for throw light on that this morning. Continue for those with the program John Shallop. In case you just a tune in, you'll be listening to John Shallop, where na the national president for the Sierra Leone Hospitality and Tourism Association. They talk about the strategic plan and how then they contribute through the tourism sector for generate revenue for the country. If you listen earlier, I will tell you that say today at the program where they talk about revenue generation. As we all know, the inflation in the country is over 40% now, and government don't they say they rely on domestic revenue. The person in charge for get that money for government under the National Revenue Authority will get them at the studio this morning. We're na Ibrahim Sorie Kamara. Good morning, Mr. Kamara, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show and the Liberty Studios. It's a pleasure for getting you here this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kaja, and I tell everybody, viewers and listeners.
All right, today we look at revenue mobilization. As I don't tell we viewers them, I get a very important role for play as revenue authority. As we all know, the country economy the struggle at this point. And una get the task for ensure say una generate revenue for the state for the government go get money for feed other different agencies them where they bring development at the country. Firstly, let we go back because I understand say every year una can get a target so una they put up on una self say now this one forget that for this year and quarterly una can go back and review and know if una dey na the right lane for gather this money or if we're not going to a target. And also later in the program we will talk about the Finance Act with plenty people on the raise concern, but especially the business people we feel say the Finance Act levy more taxes upon them and businesses they struggle. But firstly, let's start for look at the National Revenue Authority on a target on a set for this particular year when 2024.
Yeah, thank you very much, Khadija. Maybe I'll make it clear this time around. The target not to NIA set up for itself. The target is set by the Minister of Finance by the support of the National the IMF, the National Monetary Fund. Basically, them body are in charge of looking at the economy, how much revenue government for generate for meeting expenditure. Firstly, you know, say government get expenditure outfits, get for pay salaries to staff them, developmental activities, and a whole lot of areas of expenditure. So the expenditure areas they are for being informed by the revenue way for coming. So before the end of every year, IMF they come in with Minister of Finance, look at the economy, the sectors they are taxable, and assign figures to then sectors that are based on the contribution. So that's what the target normally come into being. So NIA can just did it for provide the data and for also take part in the discussions. But basically, the responsibility of target setting and the Ministry of Finance get them. So for Canada to 2024, the target is 11.9 billion new loans, meaning that's 11.9 trillion old loans, and the target for 2024. But as usual, the targets we can divide that into 4 parts. If you look at the first quarter, when January to March, second quarter, when April to June, third quarter, July to September, and fourth quarter, October to December. So for the first quarter of 2024, the target was 3.5 trillion or 3.5 billion new loans. Out of that, to collect about 3.425 trillion. So meaning that we get a shortfall of 159 million or 159 billion for all loans. So we fall short of the target in first quarter by 4%. But as I tell you earlier, the target is being set based on the economy, based on activities, based on assumptions, based on events we could be taxable by the country. So if all the assumptions that we underline the target are actually met, or they realize, definitely we get no reason but for meet the target. But if some of the assumptions that we then can use for setting targets they are not actually realized due to some factors within or outside NRA control, definitely they fall short of the target. And some of the factors there we underpin the target setting for 2024. One of them now be for levy a tourism fee of 2%. We know we'll get GST when at 15% of the total cost of any chargeable supply. So in 2024 or 2023, in fact, the Finance Act will levy 2% tourist levy on the total bill for all hospitality sector providers, meaning that where you don't buy from hotel, restaurants, and so on, we register for GST. In addition to a bill, then they add 2% there as tourism levy. The objective is to raise enough revenue for improve on tourism and also finance the national budget. So since 2023 late, we start for prepare ourselves for implement that law day. We're not wait for complete them. Sorry. So basically, up to the first quarter of 2024, we'll not be done fully implement the 2% levy, because firstly, the 2% levy not going to be collected manually. We're going to input into the ECR machine, electronic cash register machine, where the tool would use for collect GST revenue. So we're going to do with a whole of reconfiguration of the systems from both the NI side and the taxpayer side, meaning that NI has to call the service provider for reset the system for incorporate a 2% levy. Then on the other hand, also the service providers we get systems, accounting or invoicing systems, also for engage your own service providers and for looking to the systems and see how they can incorporate 2%. So it has to do with a lot of timing, bringing them, mobilizing them to do that kind of job, and also financial requirements and so on. So we're not able to fully implement. But now we're done in the position where we would almost complete the reconfiguration from both our side and the part of the taxpayer. So the second quarter, we obviously expect for starting. Then also we get some reviewing of the excise duties, excise rates. You know, the excise tax and tax we can levy on commodities that way governments can reduce the consumption of, maybe harmful commodities, as you may say, or probably as a revenue raising handle. So the Finance Act 2023 and 2024 will also revise the excise rates for various commodities, both cigarettes and alcohol, and some other harmful commodities like sugar, plastic, and other things that will harmful both to the health of people and also the environment as a whole. So that also gets to do with resetting the customs article award program, and also get the taxpayers for prepare the platform for get that kind review rates in there. So basically, that they all don't go in advance and not for do all of that in the first quarter of 2024. So at the end of the day, they actually contribute to us not meeting the first quarter of 2024 target, but not just a small difference of 4% of the total amount. But now we don't reposition ourselves for get all of that done. So that are the revenue outlook for first quarter of 2024. And also we have some other reforms within the NRA. We inform the targets, I'll call it efficiency gain. If we also follow up on what the NRA done to do in the past, we try to automate with systems across the board. Meaning that one minimize human interface, one minimize the time it takes taxpayers for come to we, for come ask questions, for get clarifications. That they also increase the rate of corruption of manipulation, the road of like one-on-one contact with an ideal revenue authority for minimizing kind of situations in the. So with all systems and procedures, and naturally automating the systems could bring about efficiency gain, removing staff from one point, redeploying them elsewhere, cut down the manual cost of operations and the rest of it. So then gains there also can be transformed into revenue. So like if we look at the aspects of revenue stamps, we'll bring her in for excise commodities, stamped in our cigarettes, alcohol and so on can be stamped for track consumption and for also minimize the rate of goods that we know fit for purpose in the market. Then one other reform we would on this do, we not fully implement now, but we done almost 95% and we don't start for collect them from the harmful commodities. We also have the NSoft solution when I tracking system again for telecoms would also give you more revenue and the rest of it. So you see, NRA, they do all the reforms there because one get more money, one minimize as I mentioned earlier, and that also don't transform into efficiency gains. So these are some of the factors that will also help we for get as much as less than 4% of target, but at the same time, fully implementing the M goal also give you advantage of getting the revenues even more than what we projected.
So the issue of hitting the targets, why is Sunakindin at that planning stage? For example, during the projections, saying that this would expect NRA for this financial year. For the first quarter, you already say when I get slight difference for able to hit the first quarter in your target. When I not can foresee some of them challenges we can happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely we can foresee them challenges. Yeah, definitely.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
I deserve the best. Leave that X to the next. Hi guys, it's Boy here, aka Miss Kelly Talat. And for Leone, all know say you suppose a need for check out Liberty TV Online on every platform if you want to get the best form of entertainment in your life. So make sure you check them out.
What's good, guys? I'm Peter, aka Komba. Watch, make we left for the greedy, and let we left for the greedy because